Hey guys, and welcome to Performance Cars. Today I have a cute but adorable Mini Cooper S. So here we have it guys, a 2009 Mini Cooper S. This is indeed not the very first generation one, nor is it the latest one that was released late 2014. But for those that cannot tell, this actually has a different body panel from the very first generation. The windows are slightly smaller, the panels are slightly bigger. That's because of pedestrian safety in crash tests. So we'll start off at the front. And the first thing I have to mention to you guys is the bonnet scoop. Whilst the first generation had a supercharger and the intercooler sat right above there, it made sense that they had a scoop. But for this car, a lot of people say that the front scoop is cosmetic only. But I can assure you that it is also functional. We'll move on to the headlights. HIDs as standard or Xenons. This chrome bit here is actually a headlight washer. So when you clear your windscreen, that also pops up and clears your headlights. Crystal clear indicators. Front fog lights underneath. Down there actually sits the intercooler as well as the radiator above it. Look at how low this car is. We actually had to raise this car prior to shooting because it is way too low. It was scraping a few of the humps around the area. We have Team Dynamic alloy wheels. These brakes are from the first generation John Cooper works, so it does stop the car pretty well. A nice chrome badge there with a vent. I believe that is functional. These mirrors actually fold in. I was quite surprised to find that out. Come to the rear. These rear lights compared to the very first generation ones, they look so much nicer. We have a John Cooper Works exhaust down there. That's as low as I can get you guys. And it's pretty loud, especially when you're on boost. Standard Mini Cooper S spoiler, short stubby antenna. So yeah, we're going inside. So there we have it, the interior of the Mini Cooper S. I'll show you the pedals first because once I'm inside, I don't think I'll be able to show you. Obviously, gas pedal, brake pedal, clutch. But I wanted to show you that the gas pedal is not like the traditional one where you get the stalk at the top there. It's actually connected to the base, as you can see. This gives it a very cool race car feeling. Your foot will never slip off the accelerator. So the very first thing you are greeted with is the rev meter. Red lines at 6,500 RPM. And I'll slot in the key and then I'll show you what the dials do. So this is not a traditional key, this is more like the BMW keys. Obviously BMW had a major part with the Mini. It slots into here, can't really see. Give it a push, start button, clutch down, press it once. So there we have it. So you first have your left indicator, your handbrake. That is the DCS warning light, ABS warning light. That is high beam, and that is the right indicator. is currently showing 2 passengers. I'm not too sure why. I'm actually by myself. That has got to be the world's largest speedometer. Maybe it's there to let your passengers know how fast you're going, and not that you want to go about 160 in a Mini. Not even sure if it'll go up there. Have these controls for the radio just down here. Got your phone, the clock, time, audio, so bass settings, treble, music. I actually thought this was the volume button at first, but it's actually choose your station. I'll show you. Yep, yes, it's there to choose the station. The volume is actually down here, hence you have the 2 speaker signs there. But at first, when I picked up the car last night, I had no idea where everything was. These don't actually illuminate, so it's something for Minis to think about, I'd say. You have your heater controls, or standard. These are just click up and click down. Climate control, recirculating air. This button right here, it actually scared me the first time I pressed it. I don't know if you hear it, I'll press it again, but have a listen. Oh, everything goes crazy. This snow button comes up. No, I was only joking. That's an aircon button. That's to defrost your front windscreen, especially on icy mornings. But I'll turn that off because I'm pretty sure you couldn't hear me there because yeah, the wind was blowing straight into the mic. These switches are very nice, very nice. Yep, windows, self-explanatory, fog lights, central locking, fog light again, passenger window. This has a heated front screen, heated rear screen, aircon as mentioned before, and to blow the air up at the windscreen. A nice auxiliary down here. I'm not too sure if you can see it. Yep, definitely says auxiliary in. 12 volt just beneath it. And 2 cup holders. We are glad we have cup holders. These 3 buttons down here. So we have sport mode, which I will show you later. We have the automatic stop start. You can turn that off because it does get quite annoying sometimes. And DCS, which I don't advise you turning off. 6-speed manual gearbox. Nice short handbrake with a little storage area down here, which is nice because many other cars it rounds off like that and everything just ends up down in your seats, and I believe that is like the Bermuda Triangle. You will never find anything again. This armrest here is very nice. It is padded, and there's a little storage area inside as well. Some lovely money. And it slides up, and you can actually take it away. So yeah, very decent indeed. But I'll leave the armrest there. I do prefer it. I will have to get out of the car again and show you the rear seats. So I'm not a particularly tall person, around 5'8", but this is how far back I have my seat, and that is the leg room for the rear passenger. I don't think he's going to have much space. That is the other side if the seat is moved all the way back, so you are actually limited for space. 2 rear passenger seats again, not 5 like some usual cars. It is a small car, so I don't think you can actually fit 5 people in here. Go on round the back into the trunk, and you have a small boot space. I'm pretty sure you might be able to fit a large suitcase there and maybe a carry-on bag, but it's not particularly huge. Take you on to the engine bay. The lever for the engine bay is actually in the passenger side. That's because this was mainly made for left-hand drive cars. Saving the money, they'll rather than change it to the other side, they might as well stick it. They'd rather leave it on one side. So anyways, the engine bay. This is a 1.6 litre turbocharged engine. Turbo sits right here. It is tiny, but it does the job. Puts out about 173 brake horsepower, 177 foot-pounds of torque, and with that sport button you actually get overboost, which takes it to about 192 foot-pounds of torque. So we'll definitely try that out later. The first generation Minis, the headlight actually was incorporated with the bonnet, but now they've decided that it will keep costs down, especially if you have, for example, a prang in the wing. You'll have to change maybe the whole bonnet including the headlight, and that would be pretty expensive, put it that way. So I wanted to mention to you, well, I mentioned earlier that the front scoop was functional. If you can see through there, you have a few holes. So it definitely cools down the turbo, because once you close it, it actually ends up about here. So it's blowing against turbo, keeping it cool. So it's definitely functional, but maybe they could have made the holes, maybe they could have made all the holes holy, if that makes sense. So yes, very nice indeed. As I mentioned before, only a JCW exhaust, which for those that don't know, JCW stands for John Cooper Works. I think is time for a test drive. So guys, we're inside the Mini Cooper S now, and we are driving it. Mode off. Let's engage sport mode. Oh wow. The throttle has definitely, it's more responsive. The steering's gone slightly heavier, but enough for you to notice that. And as you change up the gears, it actually holds the revs longer for you, so you don't get that jerky feeling. Yep. Definitely has sport mode on all the time, guys. Don't bother turning it off. This feels planted. APP coilovers, they're only height adjustable. As I mentioned earlier, I actually had to raise the height of this car because it was just simply too low and it would be scraping everything down there. Boost! Hard on the brakes. Oh, that exhaust. Just listen to that. So there you have it, guys. 1,180 kilos. Standard Mini Cooper S R56, 1,130. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed that. I have to say a very big thank you to Anthony, who has let me drive his car today. Yeah, I have to take it back down to him now, which he is on the other side of London. So I will definitely be hitting rush hour. But like I said again, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Stay safe and drive safely. Hey guys, and welcome to Performance Cars. Today I have this lovely Honda Civic Type R EK9 RX.